welcome back to another YouTube video. Hi, I'm Speeder. Okay, welcome to another episode of Horizon Zero Dawn. In the last one, we finished A Daughter's Vengeance quest and made it to Meridian, where we were able to see Erend again, and find out a little bit more about Olin. And this one we're going to try to fully explore Meridian, and get as many quests as humanly possible, and then we'll see what we do after that if we have time. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's try and get back to the entrance of Meridian. If we can. So I'd like to explore it from the outside.
Choir sings at dawn, noon, and sunset in the Sun Temple.
Is this the entrance?
We'll soon cheat you as look at you.
So entrance.
Together.
So quest marker. Someone's got something for me.
Can you help me? Can you spare a moment? Someone robbed my house. You're the one the Vanguard has been crowing about. The Nora who tracks criminals and traitors with her second sight. If only you'd use it to help me. A thief raided my home and took my brother's sword.
Tell me about the robbery. Don't leave anything out.
It was brazen and professional. They took only the sword, my most valuable possession. The thief went out through the window and scared the shadow off my steward. Otherwise, it would have been a clean getaway.
Why would someone steal the sword?
It's priceless. Made from the burnished antler of a lancehorn, finely inlaid with studded stones all down the...
Okay, I get it.
Forgive me. That's not even why it's important. The 12th Sun King gave it to my brother for his military service. He was killed in battle during the liberation. I was saving it for my nephew who's stranded at Sunfall with the Karja in Shadow.
How did your nephew wind up in Sunfall?
Most of the old clergy backed the Mad Sun King, so when he fell, they ran out of fear of retribution. As an honor guard to a venerable priest, my nephew had no choice but to go with them. Now that my brother is gone, my nephew is my heir, so that sword really belongs to him. And after all he's been through, I won't be able to look him in the face if I don't get it back.
I'll see what I can do about the robbery.
Have a word with my steward if you need to. He saw the thief escape. And listen, all I want is the sword back. Meridian, and my family for that matter, has seen enough strife already. If I can get it back, all is forgiven. No retribution necessary.
Gotcha. We got two traders here.
All right. What did you want to discuss?
You're an outlander, which is good. But a Nora, which might be bad. Do you fear the ruins of the old ones like many in your tribe?
No. Although some can be dangerous.
Then you may have come across what I seek. In your travels, have you found strange vessels, emblazoned with symbols of the old ones? They consist of a hollow cylinder with a crescent handle affixed at both ends. If you bring me these vessels in sets of 4, I will gladly trade what I have for them.
So you're interested in the old ones?
More than interested. I study every ancient artifact I can get my hands on. But years of study have made me too comfortable at my desk. I can't even bear the sun, if the truth be known. I don't know how I'll manage to take a partner. My family presses me for an heir.
Don't look at me.
Oh, no, I'm not looking. In fact, my father already has someone he wants me to wed. She doesn't interest me. I wish I had a brother to carry this burden. I would rather be left to my precious little vessels.
What sort of ritual were these vessels made for?
I'm convinced they were used in conjunction with each other in sets. Some people believe they were used for tea ceremonies. Others think they held sacred essences and oils for worship. But I believe they were used for the solemn custom of shaving one's beard. One for water, one for lotion, and so on. Each fluid in its special vessel, majestically applied to the face at each stage of the rite. It must have been breathtaking. But which vessel was used for which? I have to know. I have to continue my research.
Are you sure people didn't just drink out of them?
Drink? Out of such finely crafted earthenware? Don't be ridiculous.
We definitely just drank out of them.
Yes, yes. Trade quickly. I have work to do.
I just need to use the...
I will leave you to the hunt. Be sure to delve into the ruins. Rugged? Well-traveled? Yes. I would like to talk to you. Perhaps your travels have taken you through ancient ruins? Let us...
It's decent work, keeping the city safe.
There are no shadows under the noonday sun. Words to live by. Someday, God will bring us out of this fight, as his father will.
Who are they?
How long do we stay here?
Able-bodied adventurers, preferably with the... Hi there, Outlander. Name's Vilgund. Did you come to the city looking for work? Oh, good shards. Enough to buy garb more becoming of your...
Okay, stop there if you want me to hear you out.
I only meant a well-molded woman such as you. I heard an interesting rumor about a Banuk camp. Tame machines, the rumor said. So I hired men to investigate. Just investigate, that's all. Those Banuk are canny. Too canny. I paid up front. Well, half up front. I've had no word back.
So now you're hiring someone to find the last men you hired.
They're a sunk cost. This rumor's worth more to me.
So is there any more to the rumor about this camp?
The last bunch just wanted to know about the reward. Hey, you're a smart one. This camp isn't even big enough for a name up where the snow won't thaw. They say the Banuk there live alongside machines. Peaceful as you like. Keep 'em, use 'em, sing to 'em. If it's true, if we learned how they do it, think how valuable that would be to all the tribes.
When you say valuable, you mean they'd pay you for it.
Girl, I'm not made of straw.
What can you tell me about the Banuk?
The Banuk women. Snow witches all. Cold eyes, cold... They choose to live up there in Ban-Ur, in the ice. Trying to have a conversation, it's like chipping them out of the stuff. They prefer machines for company. That's why I'm putting my shards on this rumor.
Then they might not want outsiders to know about this place.
Their mystic act. No care for possessions, for luxuries. Pile of slag. Those people bargain harder than the winter frost.
Are you some kind of merchant? You don't seem to have any wares.
More of an explorer.
But you send other people to do your exploring.
All right, more of an opportunist. Girl. Nora girl. Huntress. We live in a world of opportunities. Risky opportunities. But why should risk stand in the way of a lucrative prospect for the likes of me? All right. I'm more of a gambler.
If I did look into your rumor...
You won't need to climb up the shoulders of the world for it. It's on the edge of Banuk land, beneath the anvil of the moon. And you look like you know your way around the savage east. The east. If it's true they walk among machines without fear in this camp, well, you can't miss that, can you? Payment on return.
Right.
Can I interest you in a reasonable share of a lucrative opportunity? I'm not going home.
You need to win 3 half-suns at our hunting grounds to gain admittance to the lodge.
You mean these?
Very well then. Congratulations, and welcome. Our members reap rewards and adventure and live on in legend.
Am I a member now?
No, you're only a fledgling. Junior members are called thrushes. To join and become a thrush, you need a senior member called a hawk to sponsor you.
So I need to find a hawk.
Yes, but a hawk can only sponsor 1 hunter at a time, and I'm afraid most of them already have one.
I've overcome worse odds. Where do I start?
Upstairs, present yourself to the Sunhawk Assis, our leader, who should introduce you to a hawk. I hope it's worth it.
What do you mean?
You'll see.
By the sun! King Avad's edict really is taking effect. Never thought I'd see a Nora here, and a woman at that. So, you have marks for me?
What do you mean?
From the hunting grounds. Oh, right, you're new here.
What edict?
King Avad insisted that the Hunter's Lodge had to welcome everyone. Man, woman, outlander, regardless of tribe. Ursa, captain of the Vanguard, came in and delivered that news personally. You should have been there. It was glorious. But I figured they would sweep it under the rug and say no woman or outlander qualified. Yet here you are.
Are you a member?
Me? No. Karja don't exactly encourage their daughters to run around hunting machines. But all the changes in Meridian have been good to me. I don't think the Oseram know how to sell to us Karja. The trader I worked for last couldn't sell flowers to a bee. He was too plain hammered, as they like to say. This is a much better job. I figure I'll be able to open my own shop soon enough.
What do you want with my marks?
You hunters and your badges. I'm not gonna take them. I'm going to give you a weapon that sets you apart. Yeah, I thought that'd get your attention. If you earn marks in all 3 trials at each of the 5 hunting grounds, come to me. I can give you up to 3 weapons, 1 for 15 half-suns, 1 for 15 full suns, and 1 you'll love for all blazing suns.
What do I do with these marks?
If you get the same mark from all the hunting ground trials, I can give you a Hunter's Lodge weapon. Show me what marks you've earned, and we'll see if you qualify for one of these special weapons I have for you.
I'm a little short on marks.
No problem. Once you have marks from all 15 trials, you'll be able to get the next Hunter's Lodge weapon from me.
Interesting. Data point. Bylaws of the Hunter's Lodge. Section 1. Preamble. The hunt is the noblest pursuit of the Sundom, save those of the Sun King and his Sun Priests. The hunt is strength, the hunt is honor, the hunt protects, the hunt preserves. What is the hunt but competition? What is competition without rank, honor, and victor? The Lodge lends law and lore to the hunt, so all will know who has prevailed. Thus the Lodge is not just its member, but not just its house in Meridian. It is the spirit of the hunt, a code to be honored, an ideal to be lived. Only those of the noblest blood can embody the noblest ideals. As such, only Karja males of pure blood may honor the Lodge and tread in its house. By order of His Radiance Avad 14, the Sun King of the Karja, Bylaw 5 of Section 1 is hereby rescinded. Section 2. Membership. No hunter shall gain admittance to Lodge without 3 half-sons, one with honor at any hunting ground. There are two classes of members, Hawk being Singer, Thrush being Junior. The rank of Thrush can only be gained through the sponsorship of a Hawk. Each Hawk may sponsor only one Thrush. There can be only 7 Hawks. A Thrush can only become a Hawk through the death of a sponsor. The Hawk who wants the greatest prey shall become Sun Hawk and lead the Lodge. In the event the quality of prey is in dispute, the Hawk who hunted first shall remain first as Sun Hawk. Only Karja males of pure blood may become Thrush, Hawk, or Sun Hawk. By order of His Radiance Avad 14, the Sun King of the Karja, by Law 7 of Section 2 is hereby rescinded. Section 3. Worth of the Hunt. The greatest hunts often bear no witness, therefore a trophy must be kept. A trophy may be submitted to the Sun Hawk as worth of a victorious hunt. The trophy must be intact and undamaged from a recent hunt. The Sun Hawk shall have final authority in any dispute over the trophy's worth. Only Karja males of pure blood may submit a trophy to the Sun Hawk. By order of His Radiance Avad 14th Sun King of the Karja, by Law 5, Section 3 is hereby rescinded. Section 4. To protect and preserve. A hunt for its own sake is noble. A hunt in the service of others is blessed by the sun. When called upon, hawks and thrushes must undertake any responsible hunt asked of them. If it serves to protect the citizens of the Sundom. The Sun Hawk has sole authority to negotiate any fees or bounties associated with any hunt undertaken by members of the Lodge on behalf of the Sundom. Any profit from any hunt undertaken by members of the Lodge on behalf of the Sundom shall be shared by all 7 Hawks administered by the Sun Hawk. Only Karja males of pure blood may undertake a hunt in the name of the Lodge, be it for protection of the Sundom or any other reason. By order of His Radiance Avad 14th Sun King of the Karja, by Law 5, Section 4 is hereby rescinded. Section 5. Hunting Grounds. For the purpose of training and recruiting the best and greatest hunter, the Lodge shall provide and maintain hunting grounds. Each hunting grounds shall test a different range of skills through 3 trials crafted by its keeper. In consultation with the Sun Hawk, there shall be 3 rewards for each trial, in ascending order of performance: half sun, full sun, blazing sun. The hunters who prove themselves by winning the requisite numbers of suns may be entitled to special gear at the Lodge, at the discretion of the Sun Hawk. The Lodge shall provide funds for the construction and maintenance of all trials and facilities at hunting grounds. The Lodge shall receive all profits associated with the sale of parts, ammunition, and equipment from all hunting grounds. Any profits received from hunting grounds shall be shared by all 7 Hawks administered by the Sun Hawk. Keepers shall be chosen exclusively by the Sun Hawk and serve for a term of 7 years. Only Karja males of pure blood may be appointed keeper. By order of His Radiance Avad 14th Sun King of the Karja, by Law 9 of Section 5 is hereby rescinded.
Vanguard murdered? Must have been those traitors in Sunfall.
I've never been to the Hunter's Lodge, actually. Definitely a lot of people here.
For tyranny. Meridian has proven itself above such things.
Seven Articles of the Sun Faith. 1. Over all the world rises and sets the great sun, as is plainly seen. To all plants, animals, machines, and men, it gives life, as is plainly seen. Of all the tribes, none have scaled such heights as the Karja, as guided by the sun. Witnessing these things to be true each day, celebrating these things each day, we believe in the sun and its light gladly and without question. 2. Only the sun's rightful heir, born of the radiant line that dates back to Ahriman the founder, is the speaker for the sun. To him the sun's desires are revealed, and from his lips its desires are acted upon. He shall be known as the Sun King, and his word shall be law. In all things we accept the sun's judgment. We offer our bared skin to it so it might burn our sins away. We partake of its removal, we wear its heat for a time. As our skin bears its flush, its bronzed armor, we are made strong. In the cracking and peeling away of our old selves, we are made new. 4. In the sun's light, we shall speak only in truth. We shall strike only in righteousness. We shall act as we believe the sun so tasks us. When the shadow falls across us, we shall always remember our illumination. We shall not cast blame for ill fortune. We shall endure. In the coldness of the moon, we accept there will be stillness and death and endings, until the dawn comes once more. We do this because there are two halves of nature, sun and shadow. To deny one is to deny the whole of things. 5. As the twilight time came before us, ending the world of the ancients, so shall the twilight come again, for this is the cycle of things. The buried shadow shall rise up to eclipse the sun's light and usher in great and terrible change. Even knowing this, we are steadfast in our belief, and trust that the sun will again bring a new dawn, as it did for our founders so long ago. 6. Holy Meridian shall forever be the seat of Karja, the city of the sun, and a spire venerated as the Markwards founded. The Sun King, born of the radiant line, shall always sit upon its throne, for without a speaker of the sun, its will is clouded. For either of these to be denied is to invite the twilight time upon us. 7. Clearly the Karja are the children of the sun, and preeminent in its gaze, and so too does its light touch upon the barbarian tribes in the north, east, and south. It is the speaker for the sun's duty to interpret if the sun's gaze is directed in approval or reproach. So determined is the duty of the Karja to carry out the sun's will, even in places where the light does not reach. Right.
Hope the sun shines in your heart.
You're Nora. I'm the mournful Naman. My apologies that we meet like this.
Like this?
In grief. You hold yours close, like a talisman. Wait, forgive me. You didn't come for reparations? Someone you lost to the Sun Ring?
No. I know about the Red Raids, but the Karja owe me nothing.
I see. Well, I could use the help of a strong-willed outlander. Then I would owe you very much indeed. These people seek to honor their loved, their lost, with their own voices, not mouthing Karja rituals to Karja stone. But there are obstacles. And while Meridian holds its breath for any disturbance, these robes only tie my hands.
What kind of obstacles?
The first pilgrim is an Oseram, who seeks to visit the Shrine of Kings on the road to the city. He waits there now, forbidden to enter by an old sun priest who suffered no heathen. This Utaro lost her companion on the edge of the jewel, at a pool where snap moths gather. The shrine was built there to ward off the machines, and its effectiveness leaves much to be desired. And the Manuk would paint a mark on the sun's climb, a call to the machine spirits, I understand. They need no beckoning. Glinthawks perch there, drawn to the spire's shining.
So, clear the machines out of two shrines and move a priest out of the other.
All I can ask for is your charity and that their stories are heard.
Naman, rituals and prayers can't bring back those who are lost.
No, but it can help those who grieve to find themselves. It can lend them strength and hope, like a new sunrise.
I didn't think your priesthood would ask outsiders for help.
If only the sun would set on our pride. Until this is done, I am no sun priest. To wear a red robe was an aspiration. I aspired. Now our hoods make us blind. We whisper reconciliation, but forget how the old king's priests sang the words and blessed the killing.
The killing? You mean the Red Raids?
Yes. And the sacrifices that came after.
Why did the priests go along with all that bloodshed?
Sometimes we Carja are more concerned with what is tradition than what is right.
Huh. Maybe the Carja and Nora aren't so different. You're disappointed with the Sun Priests, but you still wanted to be one?
I spent my whole life looking up to the temple. My brother's voice echoing in its arches. Even he couldn't turn me away, and how he tried. In the end. He said, when we were loved, our robes were dyed in cinnabar. Now they are stained in blood.
How so?
Our robes are handed down to us. Most of the old priests fled rather than be seen in the glare of a new sun. And so we are left to wear their sins. For me, at least, they hang heavy.
Where is your brother now?
He waits for me on the trail of the sun, I hope. He spoke out against the sacrifices. For a priest to question the Sun King's will, his punishment was worst of all.
You lost someone you loved too. I'm sorry.
No, not lost. When I took on these robes, I found his memory.
I'll do what I can to help those in mourning.
To honor their memories is to honor us all.
Oops.
I don't care if you think it's superstition. Red Maw has crushed me.
Stay busy, friend.
I heard that Osram.
I'm not going home. Nope.
Back here again. I feel like I'm going in circles.
The Nora will survive. They always do. It's that barbarian resilience.
Let's have a chat. No, a colorful discussion.
These Osram merchants are going to put my family out of business if I'm not careful. Don't let your guard down.
The reign of the Mad Sun King. Be warned, reader, that as a true account of the Mad Sun King Duran's acts, these glyphs are blotted in blood. Truly the savages committed can barely be recounted, so pray to the cleansing sun for yourself and the teller of these tales. You will learn of the grievous wounds inflicted on its foreign lands and the reaping of sacrifice, the Red Raids. For the Mad Sun King would order a whole generation cut from each village, so they might more willingly supply sacrifices and be hard-pressed to field fighting men on the next raid. The Otaru, who sought to appease with gifts of grain, were slaughtered in such number that on the following harvest, the maize grew black and blue with the blood of the dead. Against the Oseram, the terror of the sun piled the corpses of the fallen to the walls of their villages, so as kestrels might clamor on the dead to enter. And in the valley of the barbarian Nora, terrors of the savage east, such savagery ensued that the trees were drooped where the corpses hung as grim warnings. Should you wish to read of the Man King's depredations against his own people, your curiosity will not go unsated. Within are accounts of the depth of those sentence to the Sun Ring, listed in such detail you might think of recorded by their shattering skulls once piled outside the city gates. Nor will you find a more harrowing account of his massacre of the Hunter's Lodge. Reading these accounts, you might imagine yourself among its brave hawks, as they fought to the last, bloodying the sand from dawn till dusk, or perhaps in the crowds that loosed behemoths careened through the stands with the crashing of wood and bone. All this crazed bloodletting to the Mad Sun King would take in with his pitiless gaze. Indeed, he would not even look away from the goring of his own son in that ring of death. Yes, fair-haired Catamon of the Dawn's Rising, so degraded and doomed for the crime of standing against his father. Such a true and complete account of the Mad Sun King Geron's misery cannot be found in the history annals or heard from the reckoners of the Sun Priests. It is with a heavy heart that I scribe these events. They have got no shocking detail, but my debt is to history and to you, brave reader. Lots of data points here.
Never rid of those women or savages. It's a noble Karja institution. Well met.
The Liberation. The Liberation of Meridian. An official account described by the reckoners of the Sun Priests, who marked with the emblems of truth by exacting Varan, who witnessed these events. In the 21st year of the 13th Sun King Geron's reign, the twilight time of his madness, the Sun King's own favorite heir was put to death. The Radiant Catamon's crimes was to demand an end to his father's acts of bloodshed, and the sacrifice set that end in motion. Geron's second heir, the Radiant Vod, fled Meridian at dusk with his honor rolled. Soldiers loyal to him over the Sun King. All night they traveled northwards, knowing that come dawn they would be branded as traitors and marked for death. So it was that when Geron made that proclamation. They had already traveled far, and in time they did reach the edge of the sun and crossed into Oseram territory. For Vod was canny and planned to negotiate terms with the Oseram. He knew he had an ally among them, Ursa, a fierce Oseram warrior, with whom Vod had a long and unusual history. 2 years earlier, Ursa had been brought to Meridian as a captive, destined for sacrifice, but she survived the Sun Ring, killing 2 kestrels by her own hand, thus to cheer in the honor of being made a palace slave, and in this role came to know Prince Avad. A rare friendship was formed, and Avad conspired to free his friend, who returned at once to the Oseram homeland. Now, desperate for allies, Avad sought out the Oseram he had helped to free. Ursa had ties to the warlords and freebooters who resisted the Red Raids. With Ursa's might and Vad's keen strategy, they could raise a war band and move to overthrow Geron. And as a rightful heir to the throne of the Sun, Avad hoped to inspire many of his people to rebel, so sparing Meridian from a drawn-out war. After months of preparation, Avad and his allies crossed the border and marched to Meridian. As word of their advance spread, many Karja soldiers fled back to the city, laid down their arms, or even joined the liberators. Yet wise Avad knew that Geron's faithful would defend Meridian to the last man, even sacrificing the lives of its citizens if it would hold the holy city against siege. He found kestrels and city guard already set in on the walls, ready to face arrow and shot. But Avad's Oseram allies had brought new weapons never seen beneath the sun. Thundering cannons, strong as machines. Avad permitted them to fire their salvos at the outer walls, bringing many defenders down with great carnage. As the smoke cleared, the liberators attacked in 3 groups. One scaled the walls beneath the Temple of the Sun, another took to the aqueducts of the palace, while the main force overcame the barricaded city gates with cannon fire. These were the final blast fired in the holy city, as Avad forbade any further destruction. In the streets, too many scenes of brutality and chaos played out to recount. Among the terrible miasma of blood and smoke, the Sun King's slave pits were opened and hundreds spilled out, desperate to escape. Many of Geron's supporters seized their chance to flee with their flood of unfortunates. The day had turned, and seeing his forces much reduced, the Sun King Geron ordered his trusted kestrels, and take Itamen, his sole remaining heir, from the city. Hellas, terror of the sun, cleaved a path for Meridian from east to west, striking down all in his way, ally and foe alike. The savagery of Hellas and his kestrels could not be matched, and so it was that Itamen, his mother, the dowager Queen Nisadi, and the high sun priest Bahavas escaped. Avad confronted Jiran in the solarium. He had hoped his father would answer for his crimes honorably, but seeing this could not be so, with great anguish he struck him down. As for the murder of a true Sun King is an unthinkable act, surely would plunge the world into shadow. Jiran's death proved that the sun had renounced his legitimacy. Yes, sun had turned to shadow on the throne of Meridian, and it was Avad's light that drove the shadow out to the west, where it remains to this day. So was the cycle of things corrected. In this, the first year of the reign of the 14th Sun King, Radiant Avad. So now we're at the entrance of the city again. I could go left or right. I'm gonna go left. Actually, no, I'm gonna go right.
Hey.
Got a resource box. Whatever.
The cards just need some time to
Someone's house. That might be the palace. We'll go there last, I think.
Let's have a chat. No, a colorful discussion.
Merchants, stairs up.
I had to take over my brother's ship today. Sure as the sun's rising, he's recording that building.
Now we're just gonna walk.
Have you seen the memorials in the Sun Ring? Each tribe has their own.
Maybe we'll go in circles. And this place is practically impossible to, like, definitely know you've searched everywhere.
Don't look to...
So the steps up lead to the Hunter's Lodge. Right there. Yeah, so Hunter's Lodge. Wherever this building
Able-bodied
is.
adventurers, preferably with no friends or family, but I'm not choosy.
Keep your head down and we won't have a problem.
Some kind of balcony area. No supply crate. This place is huge, actually. Really huge. Okay, there's the sun ring. Right.
Can I interest you in a reasonable share of a lucrative opportunity?
Lodge. This place. Not behind it. Which is something bordered up.
sell me their services. No questions asked on my part.
Pretty much all roads lead to the Sunring. Alright.
A lively week?
Blasted Shadow Karja. Traitors and backstabbers. Killed Captain Ursa for Quest.
You can do so much in Meridian.
Least two hillbillists.
Come take a look. I'll give you a good price.
Okay.
I've got all
Well,
the best goods.
that is about all the time we have for today's episode. So, we explored, I think, most of Meridian. I'm gonna double check the kind of market area next time and explore Meridian Village and possibly go to the palace. But for now, that is all I have for today. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye.